So this is a message that I have to share with you guys. I'm pretty sure you guys already know about this. This little confirmation that I'm going to spill to you guys, but again, there's always a deeper hole. So what we have to do is we got to keep going down the rabbit hole so that we could put the pieces together to what was actually taking place. So specifically, it was these two toxic couples. Now, you guys probably already knew this. Like, it was a toxic ex from the past life that was pursuing you every lifetime. We already discovered that, right? But it's this other toxic person that they came Bonnie and Clyde with to help them on a mission to try to steal from you and try to walk in your shoes because they both were jealous of you. They both had envious and strife against you. But they had help with your bloodline who already had sacrificed you to try to take from you. It was so many people's hands in your possessions of what was a part of your inheritance. So what they had felt was empowered because they had all these sources to help them try to take you down. Okay? And what was happening with this copycat that they tried to get to mimic you, they try to walk in your shoes, this person had became psychotic because they made it seem like her just being her or him, whoever you is not good enough. Like, you can't make it unless you try to become this person. So it only could do so much to the mind. Like, man, I'm not good enough. In order for me to prosper, in order for me to become something or have something, I got to steal from this person. I got to actually try to take this person's identity. So you could just imagine, what type of mindset that this person have came to the fact that you're nobody unless you this person. So this person try to do any and everything to try to be you. I'm talking about stalking you to try to figure out how you dress, how you move, how you do your hair, how you do. Some people got makeup, whatever that you do that make up you. They try to literally jot that down to the T so that they can become that. They tried to do whatever they could to siphon your energy so that they can transport that upon them so that people can see them like how they see you. They tried all these blood rituals and all these spell work castings and going to all these physicians and witches and warlocks and necromancers to do any and everything that they could to send all these dark forces to you so that it can lower your frequency level so that you won't rise up to what they were trying to do to you. They tried sexual rituals, sex magics, because your past ex for some reason had an obsession over you, and it was taking a toll over this copycat person because they were supposed to be you, right? So why are you still having feelings for this person? Why are you still thinking about this person? Why are you always talking about this person and I'm here? So that only dragged them down even more of the self-esteem that they never had for themselves. Because in order to be somebody, right? In order to have something, in order to prosper, they had to be you, right? That's like that's like their only outlet was you. And it was not working because your vibration and just the star in the sky that you are, that spread on all this light to you, everything they tried to do wasn't working because of you just too powerful. The Most High made you way too powerful for these low vibrational entities. How is they gonna mount up to something that's so all the way up here and they all the way down here? How could you match that, ma'am, sir? So they didn't get it. They didn't get that. So they kept on trying to pursue you, and they felt at one point it was working because the Most High didn't rise you up and he was hiding you. Made felt like, things that they was doing was working because they didn't see your actual power until the Most High showed them your power and they all sat down. But they had little hints from practitioners and witches and warlocks that they were going to. They were showing them a little bit about you, but the Most High didn't allow them to see everything of you yet. Because it was supposed to be a shock. It was supposed to be a lesson learned there to stay in your place. This person is way above you can ever imagine. Your lead is nowhere near this star magnificent light beam. Just one little breath you blow on these entities, they whole house gonna fall down. Y'all know about the 3 little pigs? They huffed and puffed. We ain't gotta huff and puff. We blow, they all fall down. This is the energy and the power that we are connected to. So it's a danger even playing with us. That's why we stay out the way. That's why we mean well, because we know how things can get when we really get to that level. That's why the Most High always have us decked off somewhere. Because if we open that Pandora box, it's over. And that's really what we had to do, according to this toxic couple who, they did too much. They really wanted to pursue you and try to erase you so that they could become you. Both of them. And these 2 couples, they are confused because both of them were bisexual. The man liked the man and the woman liked the other woman. And they had like this poly thing going on. They had sex rituals where they go and they try to siphon other people's energies and, their energies. They swap together with each other. Doing these, sexual rituals. It's a mess. It's abomination. It's something that I don't even want to even tap into, but it's something that you need to know. Like the Most High don't want to leave no knowledge out. He wants you to know about these things. But the things that they was doing to try to gravitate energy, it still wasn't mounting up to your energy. It still wasn't mounting up to your era, your frequency, your energy. It was no match. And the fact that they had to see this, the Most High wanted them to wear and tear themselves out to the point where they're like, man, I'm tired, ain't nothing working. And that's where the Most High wanted these people to be at, so that a lesson can be learned there. Because they were caught in their ego and pride, and they really kept going with this thing. So the Most High said, okay, that's enough. Let me show you who this person really is. And that's when he allowed you to release your energy so that everybody, and release your light so that everybody can see who you actually really was and what power and who you emperor and you empress really is. You can't be this. This is not something you can change. This is something that will ever remain the same. And there is nothing that they can do about it. And you don't have to dress up in fancy clothes, and you don't have to try to have the fancy, house and all these materialistic things. Just you walking around, you're powerful enough. When you walk in the room, everybody gonna know. When they come across you, they already gonna know you. Rather you wearing a plastic bag. They're gonna know you. They're gonna sense that powerful energy that you have, and they already gonna know what type of what you hold on the inside of you. But these folks thinking like they can dress it up and it's on the outside. It's never on the outside, ma'am, sir. It was always on the inside. This is something you possess. This is not something that you can dress up and try to wear it. This is something that you got to have on the inside of you. And that's what they tried to do. They try to do everything to try to dress it so that they can try to manipulate people to thinking that that's who they is, and they not. They can never be, because you was not anointed. You was not appointed to be. But the fakes are exposed. They go down here, they go around town trying to hunt down empresses and emperors and kings and princesses and people that's anointed with this type of power. And they thinking that they can destiny swap and swap them out, but that's not how it's written. That's not how it's ever going to go down. You always going to be set back down. You only going to have a season to try to pursue this person. Y'all remember Saul and David? Y'all remember Elijah and Jezebel? And all the others, these devils and witches tried to pursue, God's people, and got what? It's not a game. I don't understand why folks can't just sit down and be happy with who they is and what was supposed to be for them, instead of trying to take other people's stuff that does not belong to you. Remember the video that I had said that it will be a curse to you to try to take somebody else's stuff. especially someone's stuff that was written in the stars for them to have and for them to walk out. You already cursed. So I advise them to keep pushing what they are now doing, because it's karma that came back to them, and now they gotta witness the trials and tribulations that they wish on whatever individual that I'm speaking of. They gotta walk all that karma out, and whatever they did to you, the Most High allowed that for a season because He already knew who you was and how you was gonna override that. You was gonna overcome that. They're not gonna be able to overcome that. When stuff start falling, when the towers start falling down, they're not gonna know how to pick it back up. A lot of them are going to turn to drugs. Some of them are going to go into psych wards. Some of them are going to go to jail because they're going to start doing illegal activity to try to survive. You didn't have to go do illegal activity to survive. You didn't have to go to drugs and alcohol to survive. You didn't have to be bugged out and be asking and begging like Keep Sweat for somebody to help you. You put your thinking caps on and you start manifesting things and you start acting on faith in what you believe in, and it had came to pass. These folks ain't got that capabilities and gifts to do exactly what you did to get out of the mess that they tried to send towards you. They don't have that. So you could just imagine what the ending of what is going to happen. That's why you got to be careful. You got to be careful out here when you do things to people, because you don't know your ending. Because 9 times out of 10, what you wish on that individual is never going to be what you want it to be according to what you wish in that individual. Everything's going to come back to you, and you got to deal with what you had dished out according to this person. But could you rise above it like they did? No. Folks right now, the 2 toxic couples right now is getting kicked out of their home. They're getting fired from their job. Some of them are losing their children. Some of them are fighting like cats and dogs among each other. They can't trust one another. Some of them are in jail right now because they went so crazy to where they start, they got drunk and under the influence and did something that, got them locked up. Some of them are just getting caught from what they had done to you, with the crimes that they had done for you, signing false documents that caught them up. Maybe trying to steal from your bank accounts and got caught up. May have tried to be you in court and tried to lie on your behalf and tried to make them be you, and they got caught up. It's a lot of things that they're witnessing, the karma that they had prayed and wished on you to have. They're not going to be able to get themselves out of this tanglement that they had set upon you. It's a wrap for these 2 toxic, dark entities that need some help, some serious help, but can't nobody help them. And the fact that they feel as though some of them thinking like they're gonna run to you is ridiculous. That'd be the worst decision of your life, to run to the one that they felt that they could be you, and they want you to help them because now they caught in a position that they wanted you to be in. Ma'am, sir, keep it pushing. Don't you ever dare to come this way. We don't want to hear no sad stories. We don't want to hear nothing but you walking out your karma and you dealing with everything that you had dished out to another. That's what we want to hear. That's music to our ears. And it's no shade and it's no hard feelings. They really need to get some help because they are very broken. They are lost souls for real. And they need to get guided back to their souls. And they need to do some healing. But it's law and order. At the end of the day, it's law and order. Things got to come to pass. What you reap is what you sow. It's a real thing, and it's written for a reason. You got to reap that because you sold that. So it's gonna come up out of the dirt, and that's something that you got to deal with. And it's not none of our business. That we were their karmic lesson. Some of us were just here to give a couple people they karma before we go out and do our thing. Some of us before the Most High appointed us and sent us up to, our positions and what we actually came down here, which is the rule in our dominion where he had inherited us to be at. We had to give people their lessons and their karma. We had a couple jobs down here. And I know a lot of you guys are now starting to get awakened to, oh, okay, I had to give that person karma. I had to give them folks karma. And you were the only one that was going to ride that out because of your gifts and how you was built. He can't set up other folks because other folks won't be going to be able to overcome that. But you, knowing you and how you was built, you was going to overcome that. And then at the end, you was going to be like that goddess or that god, and you was going to sit there and give them their karma. Period. So those who got an ear to hear, stay fearfully and stay wonderfully made.